Hey, this is John Leon Guerrero. Today's guest is very special to us. He is our dear friend Johnny Walker. Now, I don't pretend to love him as much as Pete does. They've been on a lot of combat missions together and gotten each other out of some jams, and that cements a brotherhood like nothing else, of course. But I do admire Johnny just as much as anyone. See, for as much as people talk about the American dream, Johnny's the dream American. He earned that tag the hard way. He's been on more Navy SEAL missions than most, if not any SEAL, because as a translator, he'd come back to base with one team and turn around and go right back out on patrol with another. In fact, we've been with Johnny among dozens of team guys and seen them call him and treat him like a brother. He's been a guest on the show several times, first way back on episode 10 with Duke Harbin, episode 118 with Scott McEwen, episode 215 was just him and Pete, and episode 266 with Mikey B. Today he brought his wife Baidaa, and she shares with us for the first time what it was like to hold the family together, to struggle to keep herself and the kids alive while Johnny was patrolling with the teams, and the harrowing journey out of Iraq, where no place was safe any longer. Last week, Johnny made it official and he became an American citizen. Pete went to his swearing-in ceremony and sat down with him afterward. Johnny, we love you, brother, and America is better because you and your family are here. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to all of us because you've chosen the United States as your new country. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest Americans I know, Johnny Walker.
Lions Rock Productions.
This is Jay
This
Moore.
is Greg Proops.
This is Jordan Harbinger.
This is Dexter from The Offspring.
This is Nathan
This is
East.
Sebastian Younger.
This is Rick
This
Morata.
is Stuart Copeland.
This is Mick Gillette.
This is Andy Summers.
Hey, this is Skunk Baxter.
This is Gabby Reese.
This is Rob Bell.
Hey, this is John Leon Guerrero.
Hey, and this is Pete A. Turner.
This is Johnny Walker.
Baidaa Walker.
Break It Down Show.
And now, the Break It Down Show with John Leon Guerrero and Pete A. Turner.
I love it. Yeah, for the first time ever, we've got Baidaa, Johnny Walker's wife, on the podcast, and you've been on a number of times now.
So the reason why, for the people who don't know, who is Pete? Pete is like, I call everyone a brother, and this is not fair to call him a brother only to. We have a lot of memories back in the days in 2003 in Mosul, and how much he had a big heart and love to my city. And I remember when they killed my brother, and I need money to buy a gun to protect myself and my family, and I don't have enough money. And I'm talking with Pete that time, and he says, fuck it. Whatever you need, I will give it to you from my pocket. And I think he gave me 700 or 800.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's why it's my honor to be in his show. And also I want my wife to be in his show.
Tell the audience, it doesn't sound right when we're sitting here in San Diego and I'm giving you money for a gun. Explain what your life was like at that moment.
I mean, it's shitty life. There is no life. I mean, there is no basic things to call it life. There is no tomorrow. There is nothing. We live to survive. We have no dream. And we never think about tomorrow. What's our plan for fun? All what we think, how we can find money and support the kids with food. And by the way, when I say food, I'm not saying casual, expensive food, oysters, fish, meat, no. We're talking about the most cheapest one, which is beans and rice. So this is the life in that time.
So, yeah, beans, rice, survival. But it was also dangerous. You remember what it was like. The guy that had the leather shop right outside of the airfield, that guy had his eyes gouged out.
Yep.
And then a couple weeks later, he was killed.
Yep. And, you know, outside the airport, that area called Ghuzlani.
Yeah.
Is my cousin and my uncle neighborhood. Most of the people, they live here, they... that sounds
Johnny's going to go watch himself go live.
Sound like weird.
So what was the event that led up to you needing a gun?
This is me, Baidaa.
Oh, yeah.
I look American.
You are an American. But so yes, you come to me. You need a gun. But what had led up to that? Why did you need a gun?
Well, they killed my brother, and I'm trying to revenge so bad. And and when I says I want to revenge, I want to hurt my enemy.
Can you help us understand when you say hurt your enemy? Are you talking just someone that you were mad at? Are these guys Al Qaeda?
Qaeda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is actual enemy, everybody's enemy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have hate in my heart when I sleep every day, only for those savages.
Right.
Because I know if those guys take over any place, what kind of disaster and chaos they can build. So
day to day, when you were working with us, we're not looking for the worst possible people because they know the things that we need to know. I told you, don't come to camp if it's too dangerous. And you know how dangerous it was to come to camp. Talk a little bit about just working with the Americans and what other Iraqis and what you would have to go through, like hiding your ID in your shoe and all these kinds of things.
So one of the things include all this security, safety details. Also, do you remember when I told you if I called you and I said, Dipshi?
Right.
We good?
Yeah.
If I says whatever, don't listen to me and don't answer the phone again. That's mean I get catched by Qaeda.
Right.
And probably if he says anything, we will give him the key to torture me more. Yeah. So imagine you can face the death, well, you don't want to give up in your brotherhood.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for those listening live, because we're going live right now, that's what's called a bona fides, and it's a way to protect one another, and to terminate a meeting or whatever it's going to be. So it's sort of like the eagle flies on Sunday, but no one ever says those words. You say something that you can blend into a conversation like, "Hey, I don't have time to get the watermelon," and that would be very common to say in Iraq. Or I'm going to bring some watermelon. Whatever it was, he was going to use the word dibshi, which is watermelon. Where he's from. Denise Simon, you've been on her show. She wants to know how many other Iraqis from your area, Mosul, felt that the Al Qaeda were savages.
So at the beginning, see, this is the trick things. And be honest with you guys. Dennis, at the beginning, the Qaeda, they don't use savage, barbarian things with the people. They use the American mistake and the Iraqi government mistake and get the people to the side of them. And so far they succeed.
Yeah.
So in that time, I'm going to tell you, to be honest, what do you think, Baidaa? 50% they cooperate with Qaeda, or they support him with hard or hand or money? 50?
Actually, it's more than 50 because Al Qaeda, when they first run the city, they consider the religion thought as a target for them, or as like for their path. They use, they know people, they follow anything that religion.
By name of God.
Yeah, by name of God. So most people, they were like kind of with them. Then they start to like apply their agenda,
after they control everything.
Yeah,
you're right.
Control everything, and they start like ruin the city and kill people and all that was by name of Allah, which is God.
So you're trying to run a household. Johnny, your husband, is out walking around trying to help get savages. What's your day-to-day life? Like, no one knows this story. What is it like to be you and have kids and family? And
at the beginning, my kids, they used to go to school, but it was so dangerous for them to go. One time, Al Qaeda, they put like a bomb in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
ID?
Yes, and their plan was when they explore the bomb, the American will come, of course.
Yeah.
In that time, they will attack the American troops
Right.
again.
Yeah.
So when the bomb was there, I just ran in the street to go to cross the street to go to see if my kids were okay.
Wow.
In that moment, Americans came and the Al-Qaeda started shooting to each other. Yes, and a soldier, American soldier, just jumped from his car and pull my arm and just threw me across the street and say, "Hey, ma'am, go, it's dangerous. Don't."
Yeah.
I told him, my kids in the school.
Yeah.
So there was a family that just they pulled me and they put me in their house. That's one of what we went through when they used to go to school.
1 second, Baidaa. Thank you for this amazing things. And just to tell the people, American soldier, 1,000 mile, came to my city, and they try to save my wife. They don't know, there is no Johnny Walker at that
No.
time.
Was not.
They try to save her, and they are Christian, American, and she is Muslim from other Muslim. So to all the people who don't know about how much our troops sacrifice, and they did amazing job, this is one of the story, and I want to thank them. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, after that, me and Johnny's family, I used to live with them in the same house. We decided to keep the kids in the house, not going to school.
When you say that, a lot of Iraqi homes I know have like a cement wall around like a courtyard. Same kind of situation for you, where you're with a metal door. So once you're inside, you're pretty safe.
Yes.
Did you guys get night letters?
The letters was round.
Yeah, with like a bullet saying,
Yes.
"Get away from the Americans." kind of thing?
Yeah. I think 3 times we got that.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yes.
And they put my name on the mosque.
And they put Johnny's name and
Tell us what that means, putting your name on the mosque.
yeah.
That means I'm done. They cannot kill me. But unfortunately, I killed them.
Baidaa, I wanted to ask you about your day-to-day life. Johnny's working with the Army and the Marines, the SEALs, all these different elements. How did that affect you guys with having him gone, or when he shows up? How did that impact your life?
At the beginning, it was like almost normal life before Al Qaeda ruined the city, and there was like just some events happened here or here, and people used to come to our house to ask for help for Johnny, and because some of them have kids in the airport or somewhere. So they will ask about their kids. So they will ask for Johnny's help.
Like their kids worked at the airport doing jobs, or what
No. When she said
Yeah.
kids, that mean
Children.
son.
Yeah.
You know, they have some son, they get a rest or something.
Oh, okay.
So they come and they ask for my help so I can find them and I can try to help them get out from the jail. But one of the things, do you remember when Sergeant Byrd, he gave me right with all the Humvees
Yeah.
in Yarmouk province, and all the people, they just look at it and
Yeah.
it's like big honor, big deal.
Was a thing to be proud of when you work with Americans at that
Americans.
time. But that changed when Al Qaeda started to promote it in the city, especially our neighborhood. Most of the houses were with Al Qaeda.
How did it change?
People start, as I told you, use the
American mistake
religious,
and religious, yeah.
religion to say, oh, they are kafir, which is infidels. They are ruin our country. They do, and anybody who works with them, he is infidel too. And we infidels in Islam, they have to be killed.
Right.
And also, they are so smart to use American mistake. Like, I'm going to give you example.
Okay.
My cousin, we drink. every night. So he is not serious Muslim. He never practiced. And one time he have a problem with someone. He went to the airport, to the American base, and he told him, oh, this guy, he built an ID in his garage. American forces, without taking any time to investigate or search, you know the deal.
Yeah, for sure.
They went and they captured him. Put him in the jail for 15, 30 days, I think, in Mosul. After that, they transfer him to Buka. Buka, for some people, they don't know what does Buka mean. Buka is extreme religious high university. So anyone go there, within 1 year, he's going to be extremist, savage, or he can support them emotionally or by heart.
Wasn't Buka also a prison, though? Wasn't there a whole show about your
prison in Basra?
It is a prison.
Yeah.
In Basra.
But in the same
Like
time,
Abu Ghraib and Buka.
yeah,
Did you guys watch that show? The Buka show? You
No.
remember that?
No.
It was ridiculous.
we will though.
So the point is, this is one story, and there is thousands and thousands of story. American soldier, they don't have enough culture background to help them to have better understanding about the Iraqi daily life basis. You know what I mean? Or how we can know he is lying or not. Another things, when they drive and they hate some cars and they don't pay him money. So what Qaeda can do? Oh, those people you said came to help. Oh, you said the American forces, they came to help us. Okay,
Right.
can you tell me why they captured Khair, your cousin? He is innocent people. And this is enough evidence. Those people, they came to kill us, to put us in jail. So they use it as amazing evidence
Yeah.
to prove they are right. So this is what I'm trying, what's Baidaa trying to say it. So they are smart enough.
They would want to know about whoever was arrested, incarcerated, and held at the air base, and you were a point of contact because Johnny worked with the Americans there. Is that right?
Actually, his brothers and his mom was in the house, and they will used to meet people and talk to them.
Okay. And then just day to day, trying to provide for your family, you know, cleaning, cooking, getting them to school. You said school just became too dangerous. Talk about the other basic functions of running a house.
After that, we stopped like taking them to school, and we kept them in the house. And even my family, they came to visit me. I go.
Right.
Yeah, we just like clean, eat, cook, like watch TV. Sometimes when there was like a fight with American, they used to shoot. We used to hide inside the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bullets would get inside the house from the
Yes.
gunfight outside.
Yes.
Okay. And then what about buying food at the grocery store like that? And I'm saying grocery store. I know it's different there, but what is it like when, you know, Johnny's out working?
Yeah, only men can do that.
Okay.
His brother and his nephew.
Okay.
Yeah. Things started to getting worse and worse. They use the Al-Qaeda used to come to the neighborhood and like take people and sometimes kill people inside their families, or take them, put them in the trunk and take them with them. So I'll tell you a story. One time we heard them came with their like cars and their weapons and everything, and they said, we want Ahmed. We have Ahmed. So we thought they coming to take us.
Yeah.
So his sister-in-law and me, we took the kids and the grandma and put them in the basement, and we locked on them, and we went out and we locked the doors, and we stayed outside behind the wall you talked about, inside,
The
from
fence,
inside,
yeah.
yeah. And we start watching them from the door. There was like slides in the door.
Yeah.
We watched them, and they looking for Ahmed. I told her, I just hold her hand. I told him, hey Bushra, let's stay here and protect the kids and the grandma. Even if they kill us, the grandma has time to take the kids from the roof and like escape them to the neighbor's house. So we started like shaking and crying behind the door, the gate, the big gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, no, this Ahmed's house, no, this one, someone told should tell us who's Ahmed's house. They were like yelling and screaming on people. I told her, I know we are dying, but that's worth it to like give time to the grandma to escape the kids.
How often in a month would you say you felt like that, like we're going to die right here, or we can easily die, it's not even in your control?
Sometimes 2 or 3 times in a day.
Oh my God.
Not a month.
Right.
We're we used to live in a hill.
Yeah.
Then after that, they took Ahmed, but it was our neighbor. They took him, they put him in the car, and they like hit his mom on head and something like that. After that, Johnny's brother, they said, hey, Baidaa, you and the kids, you should move to the village. It's not safe anymore for you and the kids. And he rented a car for us in double price because there was like no much cars, no much people in the streets.
Right.
So, and he took us to the village where his sister lives.
Close to the Syria border.
Yeah. And we stayed there for a few days, and some of the neighbors, like his sister heard them talk about us. We running like out from Qaeda. And she said, Baidaa, I think staying here is more dangerous for you.
Than the city.
Leave. Yeah. You have to leave.
So, Baidaa, at the beginning, I work with the military police because Sergeant Bird, he brought me in, right? With the convoy, all this kind of things. And I work in police station. And you said people, they came, ask for my help, this and that. But when I moved to the SEALs, did you know I work with the SEALs? Or what kind of job I have?
No.
So, she have no idea.
No
what did you think he did every day? Like, do you have any idea what he was doing?
Engineer. Working with engineers?
No, Johnny usually doesn't talk a lot about his work, even before that. But when he worked with American, he was like nothing. You can get nothing from him. Then we moved to another village. After that, in my aunt's house, in different village, and we stayed for a few days. And after that, some of the Al-Qaeda start to being there. So I told my aunt we should move. We can't stay and like take this risk and stay. I called his brother, and he came and took us back to the city. And that was our like day to day.
Yeah.
Like just running around, moving from house to house, sometimes
so every
from
2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
from village to village. Sometimes we hide in some relative's house for days. Nobody knows we were there.
Right. It's like stuff from movies.
It's tough life.
Yeah, it is tough life.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's worth it.
Of course, I mean, look where you are now. But
look at her. She's
impossible
blonde.
to get this though. Like, how many families don't exist anymore that were in a similar situation?
Yeah.
Were you proud of what Johnny was doing, even though you didn't know what it was? Like, how was your feeling about him and what he was working on?
My feeling is about Johnny in general. If he works with American or not, I always proud of him.
Yeah.
Because I know him as like a good man. He has good heart. He's a like brave man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about him. He can face death like with a smile.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was sure Johnny is doing something like worth to go through what we went through.
How was it on your marriage? I mean, that stuff is tough on us American service members. We come back and we don't have a marriage, but here you guys are. I mean, I've known, not you personally, but I've known your family for 15 years.
Yeah.
You guys have gotten through, one, you're alive.
Yes.
Two, you've immigrated to a new place and established a life here. But that's all stuff that tears marriages apart. How have you done it? How do you feel about it all?
You mean now?
Yeah, now that you look back.
Oh my God. Now, between all this care and love from you guys, all of you around us, like makes me feel it's worth it though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because now we have like bigger family, we have more love, we have like safe life, we live in peace.
Yeah.
So it's worth it for me.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Soon you'll be empty nesters too, and it'll just be the two of you waiting on grandbabies and everything.
Yeah.
If I would have told you 10 years ago that you'd be living in San Diego, American citizens, your daughter be married,
I won't believe it.
right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
So, okay, day to day, you guys ended up living in Baghdad too at one point
Yes,
too, right?
I will
Oh, please.
I will
Continue.
talk about this part.
Yeah.
So we kept in that risk in Mosul for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Johnny only 6 times in that 4 years.
Wow.
Each time for like only a week or 10 days, the most. So I handle everything. I like stayed with the kids. As I told you,
Yeah.
This episode of the Break It Down Show is brought to you by Lions Rock Productions.
That's us.
We publish, evaluate, and develop podcasts just like this one, consult others to build their own, and create associated content and content marketing strategies.
So if you're launching or expanding your social media presence, your business or your personal brand, or if you just want to take your media presence to the next level,
Reach out to us on Twitter
at Pete A. Turner,
or at JohnLG69.
at the Break It Down Show.
There's 1,000 ways to get a hold of us.
Now enjoy the show.
Stayed with the kids. As I told you,
Yeah. Baidaa, you talked about every 2 or 3 weeks, family to family, friend to friend, village, city, all over the place, trying to stay alive.
Yes.
It didn't work out so well for everybody. Can you kind of share with us some of the tragedy you saw along the way?
One time we found a letter like inside our garage, says we will kidnap Johnny's kids or something like that, and so they talked about killing us or something like that. I don't remember what the letter says exactly. Then Johnny's brother said, Baidaa, again, you need to move from here.
Yeah.
It's not safe anymore. So before I called Johnny, his brother took us to the village again. I called Johnny from the village, and I was crying. I told him, Johnny, I can't handle that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done. Took us to Baghdad or anywhere out of Mosul, because that's like
Unsafe.
I can't handle it anymore. There is no more like safe places to go.
Yeah.
So Johnny said, no, it's dangerous. The road from Mosul to Baghdad it's like risk.
Yeah. Yeah, even the route.
Yeah.
It's north to south.
Yeah.
You
can't
have
even do
to
that.
have like 5-6 IDs, fake IDs,
Right.
just
and,
to pass the different checkpoints.
and money too? Bribes to get down
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So bribes and fake IDs.
Yeah.
It's like, again, it's out of a movie, except for you're like a spy, and you need a box full of money and guns
Yeah.
and IDs to get
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But this is your home.
Like the same.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to that in
The
a second.
savages, they
Yeah.
they kick all the good people, and they run the show.
So how did you get to Baghdad?
After I called Johnny, I felt like I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna move anywhere else. I will go to Baghdad, even if Johnny said no.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So I didn't tell anyone, including his family, until the day before I leave.
Yeah.
So I'm not the only crazy. By the way, most of the people, they think traveling in the United States is easy.
Yeah.
Women, they can't travel. In Iraq,
No.
it's a huge, big no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and let me ask you, Johnny, like when she's going to take out on her own and just take off and go move somewhere without telling anybody, are you okay with that? Or is that like bug you culturally?
culturally bug me,
Yeah.
but in that time there is no space for culture.
Right.
Is
Life or death.
survive
Yeah.
mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that letter for kidnapping my kids,
Yeah.
like made me like take this decision.
Right.
I couldn't imagine like myself handling like
or maybe she wanna be close to me.
seeing my kids like taken by Al Qaeda and they send leg or like an arm
Horrible.
to me.
Right.
I
Which was something
can't.
that was happening.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
My cousin, mom and her son, Qaeda killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's usual thing for them.
And not gentle killing.
Kill.
Yeah.
No, they will savage.
Savagely
Yeah.
kill them. Yeah. So okay, so you decide to go.
Yes. So I can't go by myself with the
Right.
kids. So I called my aunt. She lives in Baghdad. I called him before that, and I told him, "Hey, I need you to take me to Baghdad." She
Okay.
said, "What? Does your husband know you're moving?" I told her, "No, that's my decision. Even if I will die,
Yeah.
I will do it. I'm not staying in Mosul any day." So she said, "Okay." She came from Baghdad to Mosul, and she stayed a night. And that night, before we left, I talked to Johnny's family. I told him Johnny sent my aunt and told me to move to Baghdad, and he sent money with her, and I lied
Yeah.
about that. Johnny like didn't allow me to move.
Yeah.
They said okay. They called Johnny. Johnny didn't answer. So they believed me. So my aunt took us to Baghdad.
Okay.
So everything was okay in the road until we arrived a small city called Khalas.
Is that near Queens? Darn Brenda DMC joke. Just keep going.
Okay. So the car stopped. We looked around just to see what's going on. There was like 3 or 4 cars stopped our car.
Okay.
They were Al Qaeda.
Mm.
With a black mask on their head and with weapons. And they came to the car and say, "Hey, people in the car, they were confused if they say we're Shia or Sunnah, because they don't know what was like that guy who was telling, what are you?
Mm-hmm.
Like if he said Shia, maybe he will be Sunni, so he will kill them. Or the opposite, if he say we're Sunnah, he was Shia, he will kill them.
Yeah.
So we were confused. I just waited to figure out what's going on or who are those people. So I just figured out that they were Al Qaeda, which is Sunnah. So people, there was 4 or 5 guys were Shia, but they start to cuss and say bad words about Shia and their holy characters to pretend they are Sunnah. They stood at the middle. The car was big car, like bus. They said, "Who is Shia? Get off of the car. Who worked with American or a family for someone worked for American? Get off of the car." Yeah. So everybody pretend they are Sunnah, not Shia, and they are saying, "Oh, we're all Sunnah. We're just running around from Shia and something."
And you are Shia.
and I just hugged my 4 kids like this, and start shaking and crying. What I have to say to save our lives?
Yeah.
So they told me, "Hey, where are you? Who are you? Where are you going? What are you working?" I told him, "No, I'm not. I'm just a widow. Americans killed my husband. I'm just moving back to my family to Baghdad." They talk to each other, say, "Make sure who's this lady? And they talked about us something, and I cried like hardly. Said, "Oh God, if they want to kill us,
Yeah.
let them kill all of us.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them kill my kids in front of my eyes. Please, God, in the same moment,
Yeah.
if they kill us in the same moment, all of us." So they went out of the car to talk with the guys inside the car, and they took some people with them to make sure they are not Shia or not working with Americans. In that moment, the American troops just came.
Just by luck.
Yes. Oh my God. We were just lucky. When they say the
Saved
when
by
they-
Americans
oh
again.
my God. When they say they saw the cars come, oh my God, just like ride the cars and run away.
Wow. Did you think you were going to die that day?
Yeah, I was sure I'm gonna die with my kids. And I couldn't stop crying even when they left until I reached to Baghdad.
That's crazy. And yet, you go to Baghdad, and how was that? Was it just as dangerous? I mean, I worked in Baghdad a lot. And about every 30 days, there'd be some big event. Multiple car bombs. But it's a huge city, though.
It's a huge city, and no one knows us there. And we're not kind of people after what we went through. They're just going around and having fun and
Yeah.
looking for like
You weren't
like
in a Karada
entertainment.
dancing?
No, no. We
How
just-
did you get day
yeah.
to day, though? Like, he's getting paid, but he's not able to get you money, is he? Or how are you providing, how are you getting money?
There was some people like relatives to my aunt.
Mhm.
They worked on the airport, so my aunt sent them to Johnny, give them the name and everything, and he sent money for us
Okay.
with them.
And was it, I mean, it's not a lot, but was it enough to survive? Or?
It was enough to survive.
So money wasn't too much of a problem?
No,
It was
not.
more safety and
Yes.
security.
Yeah. But you know,
When-
until now, when
Yeah.
I talked about that my heart starts like beating, and I feel like I'm shaking
In that
just
moment
remembering that moment.
Yeah. Was that the closest you think you ever came to dying?
Yes.
All 4 kids at the same time,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So you're in Baghdad. You've gone through all of these things. And at some point, Johnny can't stay anymore either. So when do you guys make the decision? Or when does he make the decision that says, that's it, we're going to America? And when does that become real for you? I know for me, when I leave, right, like, okay, I'm not in Iraq
Yeah.
anymore or whatever, and then I land and maybe I have a beer, but it takes me several days to fully arrive
Yes.
where I'm like, okay, it's safe here.
It took us like almost 2 months to realize we're living like safe life.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy for us like to move from that hard feeling to the peaceful feeling.
Yeah.
My aunt and her family like that helped a lot to like makes me feel like more comfortable like
Right.
living in Baghdad. Especially I don't want like out a lot, like
Yeah.
mostly just sitting home with my kids, and I after that start looking for schools for them. I found some schools close to the neighborhood, and Johnny talked to me and said, Baidaa, we don't know the people here. We don't know, maybe someone will kidnap them. Like there's a bomb in the street. Just keep them in the house. And my my American friends are working on our case to move us to America.
Mm-hmm.
So I start teaching my kids like language and math and these basic things like at home,
Yeah.
teaching them by myself. And we start like making some friends and live like almost normal life after like.
After what you were doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, an almost normal life. So, okay, so how does the news get broken then? Like, how do you guys decide it's happened, or you get the news from the SEALs? What are your thoughts then when you guys are going to get on an airplane and head to America?
You know, we couldn't believe it until we were on the plane. I felt like insecure because until the moment I get plane.
The
Uh-huh.
air plate or
Yeah.
airport.
Airplane.
Yeah.
We have team undercover,
Uh-huh.
and they just follow us, watching us from enough distance, just in case the Iraqi customs they can mess with us, or
Yeah.
for some reason they suspicious me,
Yeah.
so they can save
Again,
us.
straight out of a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like 007.
Yeah. And so you arrive in America and you just can't believe how safe you are and everything. Like you really can't believe it. It takes you a while to
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
it.
Buddy,
Did.
look at her.
Yeah.
She's at the college.
Yeah.
She driving the highway.
Yeah.
She speak better than English than me.
Yeah.
Imagine if she is in Mosul now.
Yeah. She wouldn't be.
She will have nothing.
You wouldn't be in Mosul
Yeah.
now. You'd be dead.
Yeah.
If she is lucky and is still alive, she will have no life.
Yeah. Impossible. Impossible. And then you guys have been, how long have you been in the States now? 10 years?
Yes, almost 10 years. On July will be.
Given all of this struggle, all the support you guys have, you know, the SEAL family, the stuff that we've done for you, all the other people that have come in afterwards, it still wasn't easy to become citizens. Almost impossible. If you guys didn't have the level of support you have, if you're just another family, like I have interpreters back from Iraq who cannot get here.
Compared to what is impossible.
And compared to like the standard Iraqi family that doesn't have this powerful SEAL network, you can wear a trident on your chest. You're a brother to SEALs. They're not going to let you fail. Not that it's easy. It's very hard. You guys know that.
The reason why I asked you,
Yeah.
if we can compare it to another country that says wealthy country as
Yeah.
United States, Germany, you will have at least 10, 20 years, right?
Yeah.
And you have to have perfect German language.
Yeah.
In UAE, you will never be an UAE
Right.
citizen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in the United States, 5 years, a short time
But you
To
did
get-
10,
to get
and you needed help.
to get citizenship.
Mhm.
I get 10 because good things happen in the right time.
Mhm.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
I get struggle in some stuff, and all the help I get, not to make me legal, no, just to make the process faster.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I follow the law, and I came from United States gate, which
Yeah.
is mean I came legally, not
Yeah.
jumping the border.
No, but the border's one thing, but you have a lot of advantages that other folks don't have with your connections. You know,
I
that
have-
certainly has helped.
I have a lot of advantage, but positive advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't give me, like the citizenship in 5 years, they didn't give it to me in 1 year.
Right.
This
Right.
is, this is amazing advantage.
Yeah.
Or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years. No.
Right.
Me, like anyone else, from Iraq, from Korea, from China, from Russia, from Germany, from Canada, you have to spend 5 years. You know what I mean? And this is another thing, maybe through you and your radio,
Yeah.
we have to consider about people they prove loyalty overseas when they risk life every day with our troops.
Right.
We should give them citizenship faster than other people who just apply to UN in any country in the world, and they get lucky to come to United States to have it in 5 years.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things. Second things, we talk about the advantage. I cannot go to the VA now
Right.
and fix my teeth.
Sure.
The teeth, I lost it on the mission.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this kind of things maybe
Yeah. These are big things
people,
that we
they
can move on.
think
And
about it. So
having you here, being able to say that, you've got as much combat time as any SEAL out there. You know.
agreed.
And we need to start to look at that. And there are a lot of folks who haven't been able to make the jump over because of whatever reason, we do need to be, I think, fairly so, and I think there's a lot of people who agree with this, we need to be a little more permissive with the interpreters who have served, because...
Or forces who's work with us.
Yeah.
With our troops, you know what I mean? And they end up with targeting by Qaeda or militia.
Yeah.
So not only the term or contractor.
Yeah. So the sweeper.
Yeah.
Anybody. Yeah. No, it's an impossible story.
John
Shattuck, yeah.
I mean, is a huge help.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pay him back. If I can pay him back,
your debt
or
is not to John. Your debt is to the other people to make the path easier. That's your debt.
So I mean, yes, I'm lucky to have good people next to me.
So we're talking with Johnny Walker and his wife, Baidaa Walker. And you, among other ways to support you, is obviously follow you on social media. If they can't find you, they can find me, and I'll point you in the right direction. 2, you have things like T-shirts and things like that you can get. They can get that on your Facebook page, or okay.
And I'm gonna post it in social media. I have the new T-shirt design.
Okay.
Johnny Walker with my logo.
Nice.
It's gonna be white and gray.
Okay.
Because it's something good to wear. Because we want to spread the dream.
Yeah.
And if you have faith, you will reach to your dream.
So everybody can do that. Also, you have a book that's fantastic, codenamed Johnny Walker. I have a little tiny part in it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that once we get this movie off the ground, we won't talk about the movie today, but hopefully that we can get the guy that plays my part. I want to interview me. So.
He's going to be fatty.
Oh, I hope he's a fatty. I hope he's slovenly and lazy. But yeah, so a lot of big things coming up for you and Baidaa, and I love that you're Americans. You know, the next American is always my favorite Americans, but you guys are still very top of the list.
Thank you, brother.
Because there's 1,500 people stood with you guys and swore an oath out loud in front of everybody, and it was just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And 84 countries, and no one was upset at anybody. No one was mad that someone was
Did you notice something?
Tell me what.
2 things.
Yeah.
So one day he says, we can announce your country. You stood up.
Yeah.
Iraq, Mexico, Afghanistan, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But when we get the citizenship, all of us, we stood up.
Yeah.
So this country gathered us. This is one. Second things, most of the people who is complaining about southern border, it's Mexican, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I think so. Because they have a protest, all these kind of things there, right?
Sure.
And you saw that the majority of the immigrants, they are Mexican.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely the biggest
70 or 80% from the 1,400 is Mexican.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's fantastic. And it's one of the things that makes this country just a fantastic place to live. You can own your own land here. That's hard to do in a lot of other countries. Yeah. It's an incredible thing, and I just love that, and I think any citizen should go and experience that ceremony to see all these people, because this is what I like to say is, you got 1,500 people in a room saying, "I dare you to give me a shot." All right, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Someone who wants to be here that bad, I want to see what they can do, and I want to support them. You know, it doesn't really matter what I think personally, but I think we're a little too restrictive on immigration. Having more great Americans makes us great. So let's figure out how to knock the kinks out. Make it easier instead of being forced to go. It's just like some guy in Iraq, right, that has to pay his family that can't get hired on the camp. He's like, well, I'm going to sell gas. I'm going to sell chickens. I'm going to do whatever I can to do it. That same person trying to come here, same attitude. Like I'm going to do this because I can't do that. We've got to figure out how to get that person going through the gate so we can go, no, come on, let's go. We want you here. And I don't know what to do about that. But, we got to make it easier. My buddy Spider should be here.
I know what we should do.
Tell me.
We have to freeze the Democrat with making no decision. Let Trump take care of that business, and trust me.
Well, he's trying.
We will have the right people and the right immigrant to this country.
You know what I didn't see at that ceremony? I didn't see politics.
No.
I
As
saw
a
families.
human. As a human.
Yeah.
As a human. But they can use those people to their agenda. And this is one of the things when they ask me about the people at the Southern and they want to come to the United States, I told them this is not emotion, human. This is politic agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at those people, like me, from 2006 to 2009, I worked my ass so hard to come to the United States, and it's taken me 3 years. And I am the one who is working with the top forces of United States. And I'm risking my life every night. Those people, they have no life risk. Why they don't follow the legal procedure? And if someone complain about this country is not fair, go to the country you feel is fair. Look at to Germany.
Practical as always.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at to any country.
Let's get off this topic. I want to bring up your daughter. She wrote a wonderful post. And I'm going to try not to cry. I'm already breaking up as I'm about to read this thing to you. So pardon me if I get a little emotional, because this is what this means to me, and this is what means a lot of people like this. So your daughter writes, all I remember in that very particular moment, growing up in a country where we had nothing, no childhood, no safety, no school, no good food. All I remember in that particular moment, all the suffering we went through when my father was away on missions. All I remember in that particular moment, my mom trying to save us while my dad is fighting for our freedom. I told you I was going to lose it. All I remember in that particular moment, when my dad used to come home bringing us with him new country music CDs, and we all sing and dance together. All I remember in that particular moment, the first day we landed in America, another planet, I felt home. I felt safe. I felt free. I never experienced so many emotions in so few seconds. My heart dropped yesterday. I cried like a baby. I ran to my dad and I hugged him.
Yeah. She's...
in that moment, man. Right then. You guys did it.
She's American. She make me proud. Yeah.
Heavy words.
She make me proud for what I did and the sacrifice I done it before, you know. Yeah. She's good people. She deserves to be American.
And I finally got you back, because you made me cry in 2004 about my daughter. But it's such a beautiful thing, man. Grab this mic. It's such a beautiful thing, and I'm so proud of you guys. I love where you're at, and I can't wait to see what's next. It means the world to me to know that you guys are safe, that you've got your shot, and just, man, thank you for all this sacrifice for your family, sacrifice for this country, sacrifice of giving up your old country.
Thank you so much. And the reason why this country is great because people like you. You know what I mean? People who love and give without waiting to return to them back. People, they believe about the dream. So thank you.